Back with our special guest, Mr. Jack Bensimon, who is Managing Director of Black Swan Diagnostics Incorporated, an independent securities regulatory compliance consulting firm located in Toronto's Bay Street core. Our topic of the day is Ponzi schemes, architecture, and pitfalls. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you, Maurice. We're here with Edward Nagel. We were just talking about Ponzi scheme investigations and a number of different issues. I want to get to some of the most common indicators or red flags of these schemes and what some of our listeners should be aware of and watch for. What do you suggest there, Edward?
Well, Jack, for purposes of ensuring that all of our listeners are on the same page, let's define red flags. It's just really another way of saying indicators to essentially identify fraud. And there's an old saying that buyer beware, and this really extends beyond investing in the capital markets. The likelihood of sustaining consistently high rates of return on a low-risk investment is simply not realistic. Anytime this is offered to you, my suggestion is run in the opposite direction as quickly as possible. An honest investment advisor will take the time to understand your needs, investment objectives, which is required to, under the Know Your Client rules. And they are typically patient with respect to you making, your investment decisions. So by contrast, a Ponzi scheme typically applies undue pressure, and they're basically trying to make their victims make a decision quickly so that they minimize that due diligence. So basically, they're operating on blind faith and trust is what we're saying here. And this, in my view, again, is another serious red flag. Another possible indicator is the ability of the investor to verify the investment opportunity. To the extent that you can't do so, you should be questioning why you're getting involved. So just one thing I wanted to add is that I was recently speaking to a lawyer about a case where investors were issuing checks directly to the investment advisor who ultimately absconded with such funds.
That's amazing. You would